Yo, welcome to the Cool Box Sessions. I am your host, Dave Ordinary, and we are back. Yeah, took a little break, had a bit of a transition, moving from one place to another, but God is good, and yeah, we're back. I'm not gonna talk too much, I'm just gonna get straight into it. I discovered this artist over Instagram, and I was like, damn, people need to know, So yeah, he goes by the name of Hurricane Dan Fischer, Mad Fire. Let's get into it. Let's find out what his music and mind is all about. Tell us, who is Hurricane Dan Fischer?
Hurricane Dan Fischer is an all-round artist hailing from KZN, South Africa. To be specific, Ulundi. Yeah, pretty much. I make music, I draw sometimes, I can paint a little bit. Yeah, maybe I could act, who knows? Put me in front of a screen, might do magic.
Dope. Okay. So, tell us, Hurricane, what is your sound? What is Hurricane Dan Fischer's sound? Yeah, and how did you develop it? Yeah, let us in.
Yeah. So, I think I've said this before in another interview, just to kind of like get what sound I do in 2 words. It'll be ethnic and eclectic. So basically what it means is you can get like native sounds in my music. At the same time though, the appeal is global, So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Dope. Tell us, would you like to be signed? And if so, give us an input on, being signed and why, Let us know what's your views on being signed and independent. Yeah.
So to answer your question, I would consider signing. Given that the deal makes sense and for whatever creative endeavors I want to pursue, everything is met, you know what I mean? However, being an independent artist also has its perks, has its cons, So, but you take that to the chin every day. So I can't really say it's bad being an independent artist. I love it. Due to the creative freedom I have and just making my own hours, stuff like that. So yeah, I definitely want to be in a contractual establishment.
Dope perspective. Dope. Okay, so if you are in a relationship, tell us what's the ups and downs, and if not, what would you expect from your partner being an artist, and them being with you in the relationship? Yeah, let us know.
So to answer your question, no, I'm not in a relationship. But if I was, I would expect, or at least have an idea that whatever I'm doing, because I'm so locked into my endeavors and everything, I would expect, or at least have faith that my partner is involved in most aspects that I need her. You know what I mean? So yeah, pretty much.
I hear you. Dope. Okay. So if there's one artist you could collab with, you know what I mean, internationally or nationally, who would they be? What tip are you on at the moment? What vibe? Yeah, let us know.
Yeah. Internationally, that'll be, I don't know if you guys know of a guy called Imano Mari, but I'm a super fan. Locally, it'll have to be. It's tricky because all the people I'm thinking about are in the jazz realm. So just so tricky, bro. That question is a good one, actually. You know what I mean? There's so many jazz artists I'd really love to collaborate with. So just to refrain from name dropping, you know what I mean? We might have to double back on that one, please.
Dope. Okay, so what you think about this Kendrick Lamar Drake beef? Good, bad? Yeah, let us in. Let us know. Kind of old now, I know, but yeah. Just want to know your point of view. Let's go.
My take on that, it really was a moment for hip hop. I mean, when you track back and just look at events that were happening, there was kind of a decline in the hip hop space. I really feel like that brought back that fighter energy. That I'm also the best. I'm number one. However, it's a double-edged sword if you are a person that looks at things deeper. You know what I mean? In terms of just going to the bad side, maybe it kind of divided some people. There was a cultural divide there, which is, I guess it happens with every battle. Of course, there'll be Drake stands, Kendrick stands. So yeah, just that in my view. You know what I mean?
Dope. Okay. More of a serious question. Tell us your views on the current state of our country. You know, being at your age, being as a creative, being within, the working environments. Yeah, let us know. Especially because, entertainment's a tough lane. Yeah, let us know.
For sure. Well, since that has happened, I feel like we are in a bit of a limbo because there's still so much potential that our country has to offer the world globally. And at the same time, it's like our leaders are not necessarily taking heed to such things. And it's almost like so many issues that we need to uncover and unpack, So I feel like our country is in a bit of a limbo where both good and bad is happening at the same time. You know what I mean? It's like a melting pot of some sort.
Okay. Yeah. So tell us, at this very moment, which artist are you listening to that's like, this person's really inspiring you at the moment to upgrade the pen game and go crazy with the creativity? Yeah, let us in.
Yeah. At this moment, there's an artist by the name Radimus from New York. I really feel like in terms of the pen game, he really woke me up into being eloquent, you know what I mean? Being concise, not necessarily having to be a lyrical miracle, but really having to say something so clear, you know what I mean? So that woke me up in terms of just raising my pen game. I'd say, yeah, Radimus.
Dope. Okay. So tell us, what inspired you to get into this game? You know what I mean? What made you want to make music? And what was that first, whoa, I like this? You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's crazy. It was actually a doormate of mine from grade 9, bro. So what had happened is, he used to rap, right? I didn't rap at that time. I used to write poetry and stuff. And he would take me to studio with sometimes. And just that environment for me sparked something this can actually be something I can do, you know what I mean? Because I just had that much faith in myself. So I just started writing rhymes, writing bars. That time I didn't even start making beats or anything. I would just chop it up with my bro because we were in the same dormitory. So yeah, it literally started like that. It wasn't anything hectic like someone outside of my own country, bro. This was someone I went to school with. So yeah, that's how it started out.
Dope. I hear you. Okay, so tell us, what's next for Hurricane Dan Fischer? Yeah.
Dave, did you do this?
Hurricane Dan Fischer, I'm really looking into delving to more shooting more visuals for the project I just dropped. Everything's okay. Young mixtape, 10 songs. I'm really looking to going into the fashion space, the acting space, probably, if time avails. And yeah, just carrying on, exploring, expanding, and evolving, bro. Pretty much.
Dope. That was episode 10 of the Cool Box Sessions, and that was Hurricane Dan Fischer. The that guy is doing well on Spotify, you know. He's featuring with international artists on the playlist, like in his alternate genre of hip-hop. And yeah, things is looking bright for his future. And I hope you'll tune into his different handles and channels to find out what's going on with him, because him and his brother are cooking up some amazing stuff. His brother does amazing camera footage. He's a videographer. So yeah, you could hook up with him and get some music videos done, handle business properly, you know what I mean? So yeah, that is episode 10. Thank you for tuning in. I am Dave Ordinary, and this is the Cool Box Sessions. Swerving out now. Wow. Peace.
Dave, did you do this?